One begins with this question: what subject currently sparks your curiosity? I think curiosity is and is underrated. Curiosity is right up there with, and maybe it's a constituent ingredient of motivation. Yeah. So we got Aunt Capone over on YouTube. What's happening, fam? It's good to see you this morning. We're talking about a subject that has currently sparked your curiosity. Yeah, curiosity is it's a great go-to. It's a great alternative to a lot of negative emotions, because if we can get curious about stuff rather than being angered by it or disappointed by it, Rebecca is here. Good morning, Rebecca. It's nice to have you. What subject currently sparks your curiosity? That is the question. I know a few subjects that tend to spark Bex's curiosity. Miss is rubbing it in that we did tea and affirmations, and Rebecca missed it. Rebecca's like, oh, do tell. Well, I know that there is a certain actor who keeps showing up in your stories. But you know. All right. Let's take a look. We got some curiosity. So Tim says psychology is something that has sparked my curiosity. Psychology. Why people do the stuff they do. Why do I do the stuff I do? I think anybody that's interested, why y'all be acting like that? I mean, this is a good place for anybody, I think, who's interested in psychology. Not that we do a whole lot of analysis. It's really more about understanding yourself. And I guess to some degree about understanding some of the people who are around you. So somebody over on Twitch that's got a provocative name. I don't think I know you. If I do know you, let me know who you are. They say most people in psychology are the most messed up. LOL. Well, I mean, it could be the fact that they are the most aware. Maybe we all are messed up. Maybe we're all messed up. It's just the ones who look into it are aware. So Miss Fire says the subject that sparked my curiosity recently. Subjects. What do we collectively define as terrorism? Also crypto. Also new tech. If you're interested in new tech, and I really need to get back into listening to this podcast. I used to listen to it religiously every week. It's called This Week in Tech, and it's like a 2.5 hour podcast that pretty much goes over everything. The most. They have a panel and they discuss the biggest topics in technology from the previous week. A weekly cadence is good for me to keep up with things, because trying to keep up with it every day and moment by moment is too much. So having someone to curate some of the most relevant and long lasting stories and discuss them all with a lot of context is good for me. They usually have like 5 or 6 stories that they discuss over the course of the 2.5 hours. So you can get a real good, well-rounded perspective on sort of what's happening and the sort of the implications of that. So I used to listen to that every Monday morning. Yeah, they have a whole network of shows. They have This Week in Google, This Week in Security, This Week, they got a whole bunch of different shows, but the main one is a good one. Hey, Will, welcome in. All right. So, subjects. Miss has a nice range of them. I think they might even have one on crypto. I think, I used to. Oh, it's Izzy. What's up? I was curious who that was. Who might that be? So wifey says, I would say my ex is a subject. Okay, that's fair. So yeah, that's what subject sparks my curiosity. Sometimes we want to try to understand people. Like, the question's like, huh? So you say you back on with the next? So you just running it back, huh? Say, oh, it didn't work before. Maybe we can figure it out. So Mez says, I'm curious about writing. I'm doing it for school, but I'm curious to see if any of my poetry could get published somewhere. I forgot that I write fairly well. Yeah, I guess the way to kind of answer that curiosity is to submit some. Yeah, I wonder if this could be published somewhere. I mean, I think the way that you interact in the chat is evidence that you write fairly well. It's a very you have to be really concise and very quick, right? So So yeah, I think you could use this. Use your time. You can use your time in the mess quick. You use your time here on Spoon to hone your writing skills. Get good at, sharpen your wit. Yeah. Reese struggles because doing the text to type. So a lot of times there's something missing in there. So Reese has some subjects for us. Let's see what we got. See if we can follow what Reese got to say here. So particle physics, string theory, astrophysics, gravity, time dilation, expansion in space, time, space-ish. Could have summed it up, I suppose. Okay. So I almost feel like I need to put a voice on that. Do I need to do a kind of a, do I need to push my glasses up? I feel like I need to push my glasses up to read that. Put my glasses up and be a little nasally. Feel like I should say actually. Put a little actually in there. So for Izzy, the subject is surviving. I'm curious about surviving. Survival is an act of creativity. It can be. Actually, if I was going to do a geeky voice, I wouldn't do Neil deGrasse Tyson. I would do Mike Tyson. It's preposterous. All right, Rebecca. I'm curious about somebody's son, but I'm minding my business though. The subject, I'm curious about somebody's son, but I'm minding my business though. All right. Welcome to the chaos. In case you haven't been told today, I'm here to tell you all that you're beautiful and important. Let's get ready to go on to our next prompt. See what we're doing. All right. I have to remind Tim right now. I think Tim needs reminded that you're no longer protected. Tim is no longer protected. I just wanted you to notice that. Because, I don't know if agreeing with Miss is a great strategy, given Miss's history. So you might be careful who you co-sign for out here. Be careful who you co-sign out here. All right. So this prompt, what are you drifting towards? What are you drifting towards? So Izzy acts like I don't know that I hadn't reset the box yet. I got it, Izzy. Don't worry about it. I wanted to give a little context to this one before you jump in there and say something that's irrelevant or not on point with what I'm talking about. I mean, maybe you already got a joke lined up that you want to hurry up and get off. But I think it's hard. It's almost impossible to stay in place, right? The circumstances of your life have a flow and a momentum that will pull you in one direction or another, right? If you're not making a conscious effort to go somewhere and in a general direction, in some specific direction, chances are you're going to get pulled. And a lot of times the way you're pulled is towards decay. Things tend to fall apart if you don't tend to them. And sometimes you build up some momentum, right? So if you got some stuff going and you got a little push behind you, you can just kind of drift and you'll keep drifting in a positive direction. But if you're in the middle of an uphill battle, naturally what's going to happen is you're working against gravity, right, Reese? Wouldn't that be the case? Since you are thinking about the physics, gravity would come into play. If you're doing an uphill battle and you start to drift, you're going to drift down. So that doesn't mean you can't rest. Of course, you have to rest, but you have to find the right time and place to rest. You have to create space to rest so that when we rest, we don't fall off. Sometimes we create the space through our relationships. So you got somebody or people in your life that when you are overloaded, there's someone to help you bear the load and carry the load. So you can be carried along, or you can drift along safely. Sometimes you create that space through your investment, the investment that you put up front. You did some work up front and now you got a little bit of room. You sacrifice some things up front. Now you got a little bit of room and you'll keep drifting in the right direction. And sometimes these investments were made on your behalf. Someone had enough care and foresight to build a net under you to keep you from falling. But so far, we all have something that is supporting us. It definitely isn't equal, but there is something. We could argue that the floor could be lifted. And I guess it's up to us to decide whether or not we're going to take the responsibility to move beyond just creating that space for ourselves And if we're going to think about the ways that we can create something that will kind of live beyond us, whether we can create something that creates space for someone else. So, Warrior is here. Thank you for joining us. Somebody else, who else came in here? Gas Mask Pete is here, or was here. Dismal, it's good to see you. All right. So, what are you drifting towards? So, Miss wanted to hurry up and fire this one off. Ultimate heat death of the universe. Okay. Billy says, I'm drifting to what I'm going to do today, and I'm also drifting towards life. Drifting. That's a scary thing, ain't it? It's one of those, well, it might, drifting is like a slow moving emergency, right? It's like a slow moving emergency. And it can feel good. That's the dangerous part. It's like, oh, I'm just here. And next thing you know, you got a current moving against you. You go from drifting to drowning. Go from drifting to drowning, from drifting to crashing. Rebecca says, I'm honestly drifting towards ghosting people. It might just be me being dramatic and extra, but I feel like it's needed right now. It's like, yo, I'm out. Okay, folks. Bex is like, all right. Y'all take care. Catch you on the flip side. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So someone anonymously shares that they are drifting out of view, no closer to you, holding on to nothing. This is way overdue. Drifting towards my future, sliding into comfortability, loving myself, didn't know I had the capability. So, nice Izzy. You know, Izzy be dropping bars anonymously. Izzy be dropping bars and be like, let's see what they say about it. Before I claim it, let me say something. Let me see what they got to say about it. So Miss Hippie is here. Kaloli is here over on YouTube checking us out. It's good to see you. All right. So the diabolical part of reading Tim's while Tim is AFK is diabolical, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Success. Tim says, give me like one more month of BS and then I'm gonna be on my grind. Yeah, sometimes there is a little bit of preparation. Sometimes we have to kind of be careful with those delays. Yeah, have to be careful with those delays because sometimes, months can turn into years before you know it. All right. Thanks everyone for keeping those likes rolling in. Question that we are working with is drifting. Mez says sleep and then maybe a dream, kind of just floating too. Send something to phone home with. Send something to phone home with. I guess you got a device right in your hand, but it don't reach that far. You don't have those international, the intergalactic plan. So Reese says the drift, relaxation, things have been going uncomfortably well. Album is finished as of today. Got a small deal for 10,000 copies, limit distribution, but money for kids off music I made. It's surreal. Music I made, it's surreal. Got a little distro deal. Got some money, little money off your music. What? Congratulations. Ain't nothing like eating off your art, right? So Warrior says, motherhood, I haven't the slightest idea as to what I'm doing, but I'm certain I'll be quite all right. So far, it's not bad. It's not too bad at all, even if it's by myself. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes Rebecca's like, Warrior got a baby, what else I miss? Oh man. Yeah, mess like Bex is like, yo, I step away for a few minutes and I come back and the whole world is upside down. It's like whole new people in here I don't know. What we doing now here? All right. So there is one of the reasons I think that we might drift is there's uncertainty somewhere. So drifting is usually like a space in between action and decision. So let's examine some of those things that might have been shaken up for us. What's been shaken up for you? So this next prompt, you can fill in the blank. I'm no longer convinced that blank. I am no longer convinced that blank was something that you once believed or felt pretty solid in. And now you're like, oh no. I'm no longer convinced. I think it's a sign of maturity to always have your mind open, to always hold out that slight possibility somewhere that you might be missing something. To be willing to admit upon further investigation, upon reconsideration, in light of this new thing that I learned, this other thing may not be as solid. I am no longer convinced. Rebecca's like, yo, I'm trying to keep my mind open, Jeep, with these hoes. Mez is on those last few moments. Billy Hurley says, I'm no longer convinced that I want to be alone. Maybe. I don't know. You know, I used to think I wanted to be alone, but maybe not. Maybe I do think it's worthwhile to seek out some connection. I think that is sort of a common state after heartbreak, is one of it not being worth it to be connected to anyone. But I think sometimes our conviction around that it erodes once we start experiencing that need to be connected to someone. Like, am I going to risk this heartbreak again, this heartache again? Maybe. There be some people and some situations that make you question that conviction, right? So as you are thinking about this one, go ahead and drop a green heart in the chat if you are so inclined. Rita's joined us. So Miss Fire says that I'm no longer convinced that everyone has the best intentions. Some people want to be evil, enjoy evilness, and will never take accountability for the evil. I'm no longer convinced that I'm going to be someone's wife. So Miss Fire is coming from a place of being generous in terms of giving people the benefit of the doubt, to saying, maybe they meant ill. Maybe this was intentional. And then it's like, well, maybe I'm not going to be somebody's wife. Maybe that's not what's up for me. Pun Cake says, I'm no longer convinced that I'll find that special someone. I don't know if I'm going to find that special someone. Reese says, I don't know if I've ever been convinced of anything, always reminding myself that the only thing I know for certain is that I don't know a damn thing, in all honesty. Just ideas, biases based on experience. So, Pancake, just to give you it was Pancake who said special someone, not warrior. Welcome in, Captain Falcon. Thank you. Three times widowed, I'm good on bearing anyone else. I'm just happy I love and respect myself these days. All right, no longer convinced is the prompt that we're working with. All right, let's get ready to go into the next prompt. I think we got a survey of, oh, here we go. Got another one here. Warrior says, well, to be fair, I'm no longer convinced that by not having two parents in the home, that means I've failed my daughter. Just being vulnerable about it. Yeah, sometimes you get in a situation and gives you a different perspective on it. You had a vision or an idea in your mind about what your family would look like. And then you have what you have, and you see that, hey, you know, this is it's going to be difficult, but I can do it. We can do it. All right. So I think that a lot of times when we are faced with some challenges, some things that shake up our beliefs, it kind of causes us to shrink down our sense of what's possible. And sometimes we don't necessarily really go for things. We become timid sometimes. So think about a time when things didn't work out, maybe because you were just being a little bit too cautious. Been too tentative. It's sometimes the case that things will only work if you take a bold action. Like, you have to really go for it. And it was like, oh, you know, this is risky. Sometimes, and related, it's kind of related to the idea about drifting. Sometimes we don't do anything, and doing nothing is sometimes the most dangerous choice. Sometimes doing nothing is the most dangerous choice. Rebecca says, the problem is I'm not cautious enough. Well, you have to kind of scan I think for most of us, there are areas where we are a little more cautious than others. So sometimes that overcaution manifests in procrastination. Overcaution can sometimes show up like procrastination if you are not doing something or avoiding something that you want to do because you're concerned about what might happen. So you might be, sometimes you can take risks and make destructive choices as a way, because the payoff is incapacity, right? That's a concept from The War of Art. Sometimes we create drama in our lives, and we create these situations that are untenable because the payoff is that it relieves us from the responsibility of doing what's important to us. So it's just sort of like a convoluted way of avoiding things. So, well, I can't do that because I got all of it now, because I got to deal with this. I've created this drama over here. So now I don't have the energy or the ability to work on this thing that I said was important. It's just like this really complicated routine of self-sabotage. So overly cautious, sometimes we'll spend our sort of bold points in unproductive ways to avoid the really scary work of bringing our art into the world, or starting that project, all that stuff. So overcautious when I moved to the US, but it all worked out. Billy says, I feel I am overcautious when it comes to meeting people, dating or not, but I do think I'm gonna be cautious, but not overly cautious. Yeah, I think that's one way overcaution kind of creeps in, especially if you've had some disappointing experiences. Like the fear of rejection is real. So it's like, am I gonna say something? Nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. So for Misfire, it's like I try something new, that I beat myself up for not catching on quickly enough when I didn't even try. So there's a little cycle of self-abuse there. It's like you have this need to be good already. Yeah, it is a thing where we don't want to suck at anything. So not wanting to suck keeps you from trying because you don't want to go through that period of not being good. So I recognize that. That's a familiar thing to me. That's that thing of, wanting to look good. Thank you, Daisy. Yeah, it's that thing of wanting to look good. We have to decide. We have to decide whether we want to look good or we want to get good. Do you want to look good or do you want to get good? Because it's hard to get good without at least looking bad for a minute, a hot minute, you know? So Reese says, this is how I know G work has been therapeutic in so many ways. I respond to prompts, but I'm the opposite direction. No caution lately. I did what I love for the sake alone and the fact that it paid off too. Sheesh. I feel like she should go ahead and finish it and say sheesh in the, you got to add sheesh in the chat after that one. The fact that it paid off too? Sheesh. In opposition, in opposite direction, in apps, I to be manner. What? Positive demanded. What? Oh man. I think I had a better sense of it before you started to try explain it. It's a stroke hazard. You've heard of a choking hazard. Reese is a stroke hazard. Summers Logan is here. Hi, Summers Logan. Thank you for being here. I was overly cautious when I blank. Name a time or look at a situation where you feel like you were a little overly cautious. Being hesitant or tentative. If you suffer from autocorrect, I don't even know. It censored out your response. I'm sure it was funny. I'm sure it was pretty witty. Yeah, it's still censored. You gotta throw some spaces or some special characters in there for us to be able to see that, fam. There's like, no, you gotta do better than that. It's like, no, we still see it. It's like, that's the update they did. They updated so that the censorship works even better now, I guess. As soon as I got informed that with great power comes great responsibility, I was overly cautious when as soon as I got informed that with great power becomes great responsibility. It's like, I got all this power. Gotta be careful what I do with it. Wow, they've added, some people got power and ain't responsible at all. Yeah, like Spider-Man. Right, Summer. Right, Summer slogan. Be careful, y'all, the bears in the chat. All right. All right. I don't know what's going on with Bear. Oh, people trying to steal my place. What are you talking about? What are you on about, Bear? I'm glad that you're here. I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about. All right. How are we doing today, SO? It's good to see you. Good morning and welcome in. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our week is looking like. I want to know what y'all week is looking like. Oh, actually, let's look at the weekend, since it's Memory Monday. According to Billy Hurley, it is Memory Monday. So let's look. What's the most memorable moment of the weekend? SO is intoxicated. You can reset the request box and let me know what was the most memorable moment of your weekend thus far. It's a long weekend, so maybe you think it's going to happen today, but so far, what would you say the most memorable moment of the weekend? Miss Hippie's like, all right, I'm gonna head out. Thanks, Miss Hippie. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Too many drinks, not enough water, my head hurts. So SO's been doing it wrong. Tim is like, you still live, G? What do you mean? What do you mean am I still? I'm still here as far as I know. Yeah, visually I am still live on, you could see me. I'm still on YouTube. The memorable moment of the weekend. That's what we are talking about right now. So, Miss Fire says, bought a new car. So that's got that whip. There we go. Can move around the city with ease now. Yeah, that's always cool. Summer Slogan says, hanging out with all you guys. That was cool. Lily says, verified, LOL. Kaloli, you got verified? Is that? Miss Fire says, more bills. Yeah, absolutely. Now you have an asset that will allow you to effectively move through the city. Hey, yo, Misfire, thank you so much for the spoons. Thank you so much for the spoons. And whose birthday it is? I think it's mine. It must be my birthday. Yeah. Says spoon is a bill. I really appreciate that, Miss Fire. Thank you. Happy early birthday, like 6 months early. 7 months early. All right. Highlight most memorable moment of the weekend. Woza Cardoza. Who's a Cardoza? Whatever your name is, however you say it, thank you for being here. It's like you. So Rebecca says, bringing in my brother Steve's birthday. Was it Hold Up's birthday? Was it Hold Up's birthday? Or is this a different Steve? Oh, today is Hold Up's birthday. Is there a party somewhere going on? Pun Cake's like, all right, I'm gonna have to go get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here, Pun Cake. All right, so Steve's birthday. I guess there's gonna be, I guess there's gonna be a party somewhere. Now SO's gotta turn up again. Rebecca says they had a little mini Discord party last night. That's what's up. That's what's up. I left the Discord, so I don't know. I left the Discord. So he says he's gonna be streaming all day today, huh? How about that? Imagine working on your birthday. Oh. I mean, I ain't gonna do no special stream on my birthday. At least not no all day stream. If it happens to fall on a weekday, I'll be live for that. So Reese says, I got someone wanting to celebrate for the album finishing, but I know me well enough to know that that is where I'll be all the stupid. So I'm gonna just be content with knowing I accomplished something. So you're not gonna get into the whole turn up part. Yeah, you have to find a meaningful way to mark the achievement. So Esso says it would have been my meeting my parents. Would have been my boyfriend meeting my parents, but he didn't show. He didn't show. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. Was he a no call, no show? Is that why you drunk? Is that why you drunk right now? He had finals. Oh, the finals just popped up. The finals just popped up unexpectedly. Huh. How about that? Billy Hurley says the most memorable moment this weekend for me was I got my hands on 3 Days Grace new album Explosion. I got lucky because it was the only copy in the store. So Billy got lucky because you got a hand on 3 Days Grace's new album. It was the only one in the store. And had it not been the only one in the store, Billy would have had to go online and find it. It would have been a little bit inconvenient. A little bit inconvenient. But I get it though. I appreciate that. It's good that you are. Yeah, physical products are important. More than ever, having something physical, having a physical manifestation of your work is more important than ever. Because having, giving someone an opportunity to have some ownership, it creates a different relationship with the product, with the music. Yeah, it's a different relationship. It kind of puts you in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to sit with this art. Yeah. So memorable moment for Tim. Family coming over for a pop-up barbecue. We laughed, we drank, told secrets. It was a great time. Yeah. We got Forgotten listening over on YouTube. What's happening, Forgotten? Thank you for being here. Let us know, what was the most memorable moment of your weekend? All right. Talking about those memorable moments. A barbecue. That's a good one. So visiting with new friends. Visiting with new friends. Memorable moment for Forgotten. Goddess of Words is here. Jehovah Thickness is here. Good morning, folks, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the memorable moments of the weekend. So, Forgotten says it's one of my coworkers and they are fantastic. Is it the married coworker, Forgotten? Did you meet the husband? Was the husband all right? You got the little smirk on your face. Did you hang out with the husband? Did you learn something interesting about their relationship? Keeping hope alive, Forgotten the third. Forgotten Hayutaki the third. Their relationship. Yeah. So Jehovah Thickness, the memorable moment was I got a chance to do some modeling on Saturday. Oh. Okay, take a second. I mean, it's going to be okay, I guess. But everybody, please take a second and just drop all the doves and Fs and all of that stuff in the chat. Doves, Fs, all that, because I forgot to press record on my external recorder. So I don't have an acapella version of this to draw out my I'm not going to be able to get pieces of this to use on Instagram. So if I said something cool, I don't know. It's not going to be real easy for me to get back to it. Yeah. Reese, I love it when you try to roast me and end up roasting yourself. All right. Okay. To be fair, I do have the one with the music, so it'll be all right. Okay, memorable moments of the weekend. Jehovah Thickness got to do some modeling. On Saturday, I'm visiting my apartment on Tuesday. Things are looking great. I got a chance to do some modeling on Saturday, visiting my apartment on Tuesday. So tomorrow, all right. So we're looking back on the weekend. We got one more day of weekend in the chamber. Tim says JT looks good with the crown. Tim says, I'm just tired of being up there with Twerk and Tina. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll take another second or two to we look back at the weekend. Jehovah Thickness, thank you so much for the spoons. I love that. So we look back at the weekend. Let's look forward to the week ahead. Let's look forward to the week ahead. What's the most challenging task on your radar this week? So Johnny finds my voice calming. Cool, Johnny. I'm glad that you found us. And if that's what you're looking for, that's what we got. All right. Let's take a second and think about the week ahead. What's the most challenging task on your radar this week? Sometimes we don't even have a clear image of what's on the radar. Maybe you don't think that far ahead. Maybe you like Frank Ocean. Or the person that Frank Ocean was singing to. Goddess of Words says Spoon has been annoying. You mean from a technical standpoint, Goddess? I think hopefully some of the updates will fix glitches that are happening. And yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I don't listen to enough streams to experience those glitches, but I do see people struggling in my stream. So, Goddess says you're literally cutting in and out. Is anyone else having that experience of cutting in and out? So it's like, yo, Forgotten's got a workaround. So go to YouTube and watch the stream on YouTube, and then you can look at the chat. You could actually see the chat a little bit. So I don't know if Goddess, are you on Wi-Fi right now, or are you on 3G? Because I do know that 3G is a little bit of a struggle sometimes. Oh, good. Goddess wasn't here for the roast. Oh, pot roast. JT, thank you so much. You gonna get off YouTube, G? Why? What do you mean? I'm gonna run the stream pretty much, I guess, until the end. No, we're gonna do our recap. We still got the recap to do. So the radar for the week. The challenging task for Jehovah's Witnesses, fighting that laziness. We're fighting that laziness. It's rough. So yeah, I'm keeping, the main reason that I'm keeping the YouTube up until the end is because I forgot to record on the other one. I'm just gonna try to run the video version all the way through so I can get the audio from there. Yep. Mexico Mouse, enter a nickname. Thank you for joining us. Challenging task for Jehovah's Witnesses, fighting that laziness. For Forgotten, starting tomorrow, I will work both shifts every day. I think by Sunday I might be either dead or very close. So just the sheer volume of work coming up for you is going to be challenging. Yeah. So Rebecca says that saving my money because I'm moving. No more late night impulsive buys. Don't be watching infomercials late at night. They're buying anything that's handy or dandy. Don't buy anything that's handy or dandy or nifty. Nothing that is, anytime they say, but wait, there's more, turn the channel. So Misfire says planning some activities with lots of moving parts. That's going to be the challenging thing. Anything that's got a lot of moving parts, a lot of coordination. Yeah. But I think that you kind of thrive on that challenge though. It's kind of like what being an organizer is working with things that have a lot of moving parts. Billy Hurley says the challenging thing on my radar this week, I'm going to set up my BandLab and Snapchat profiles sometime this week because I've been too lazy and putting it off, so I need to get it done. Setting up those social profiles for your music. Dot comes in and declares, I am late. Yes, you are late. You're in the last 10 minutes or so, but it's all good. Glad to see you for whatever time you could be here. SOK says, the week itself, apparently, we were told to brace ourselves and our instructor won't tell us what's up. It's like, oh, brace yourself. Nobody wants to brace. Nobody wants to brace. Reese says, G-Dot's here. You can start the live over. The real stream can start. I hear you. Ree says, I'm not doing anything. The sisters got my twins. I've earned this respite. So there ain't nothing challenging on my week. So I think probably the most challenging task for you is to actually relax. Sometimes it's hard to shut it down. Sometimes we think that it's the external things that we have going on that make it difficult for us to unplug and relax or whatever. But really, the biggest challenge is kind of inside our own head, right? Like, how am I gonna, it's hard to like turn it off. So Tim said, let's organically get 100. I don't know. I don't think we have enough people for that. But we can try. If you got a like, make sure you let it go in the next 10 seconds and we might just make it. All right. Let's take this last 2 minutes or so let's take the last 2 minutes or so to 10 minutes to recap with our main conversation for today and give you an opportunity to share some of your key takeaways. So your key takeaways for today, for however long you've been here, what is one thing that you want to take from today's session? The prompts were what subject currently sparks your curiosity? One of the tough ones was, what are you drifting towards? We have a really, really interesting dialogue about that one. I'm no longer convinced that blank. I'm overly cautious when I blank. And what would you, we didn't do the last question. What would you try if the results didn't matter? I skipped the whole prompt. My bad. We skipped that prompt. Hold on. I forgot that one. Get curious, not cautious. Get curious, not cautious. That is the takeaway from Tim. Aunt Bird is over on YouTube, on Facebook listening. It's good to see you this morning, Aunt Bird. I'm trying to swindle you out of a prompt. Well, we didn't need that one. I'll add that prompt. So what we'll do is we'll add that prompt to the talk. So if you want to answer that one, you can go over to the talk and answer it over there with your voice. Say it with your chest. But key takeaways are what we're doing right now. Tim's was get curious, not cautious. Get curious. Reese says, hey, it's your lie, tell however you want. Yeah. So this has been, I know it's a holiday. Some folks are off work that would normally be here because why get up, right? So I'm grateful for everyone who came in and participated in the conversation this morning. The anonymous takeaway is midnight for me is 3 a.m. for you. Midnight for me is 3 a.m. for you. Okay. That's a takeaway. So Miss Fire gives the answer to the question about results. If results didn't matter, I'd drop everything and write and make movies and poetry audios. Chrissy is here. Good morning, Chrissy. Thank you for being here. You came in just in time for the recap and key takeaways. So Miss says, if the results didn't matter, I'd just write, make movies, poetry audios. Billy is giving a key takeaway for us. My key sandwich is all we have is we all have things we need to work towards, and that we all have things to fight, and that's okay. Miss Fire says, I should be doing that stuff already. G. Hey, you said it. But let's not shit all over ourselves. We can just do it, right? We can drop the story and just do it. Like now. Just write for 5 minutes. There's no making up for the lost time. That's not a real thing. There's no making up for the lost time. You just have today and whatever time you have available today, right? All right, let's see what we have here. Coming down to the last few minutes. Thank you, Unforesters. If y'all are sitting on lights, go ahead and drop them. We're not going to get all the way there, but we might get close. TMP Reese says, no takeaway from the prompts, but the stream itself reassured my first assessment of what G tries to do here. Was literally leaving Spoon that day, then figured hell one last live and found this. Thank you, sir. Was literally leaving Spoon, and then you found this live, and here you are. Well, we're grateful that you found us, for sure. Rebecca can't even last the last 3 minutes. Come on now. Do you need me to play something upbeat for you? Keep you in here these last few minutes? Drop that last like on us. Come on now. You ain't been gone that long, have you, that you ain't cut for this no more, huh? I feel like Rebecca is the reason why we're not going to get to 100, because you've been sitting on your likes the whole time. Oh, let me just see. I can see how many. Y'all want to see who's dropped the most likes in the stream? That's something we could do. Okay. So Misfire has dropped 12. Tim has dropped 10. Billy has dropped, Tim has dropped 11. Billy's dropped 11. Reese has dropped 10. Mez has dropped 6. Rebecca has dropped 6. Huh? There we go. There we go. You gotta stay on that stuff, yo. Key takeaway. Key takeaway for SOs. I gotta be cautious with my passive aggressiveness. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see that when you click on the hearts? You can see who's liked, right? If you click on your screen where the hearts are, does it let you see how many people have liked? Passive aggressive. You said you and your boyfriend be vibing SO with that passive aggressive. Yeah, so you said 88. You can see 88 likes, right? If you click on it, it doesn't tell you anything, huh? Okay, it tells me. So it lets me know who been in here. Sleep. It lets me know. Okay, let's finish with this one. Last minute, let's listen to this one. We'll be back tomorrow morning for session number 282. Yeah, he's going to hear it tomorrow. You're going to let him have it, huh, SL? As you should. Cousin Richard, catching the last few minutes. Everybody's watching over on YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow as well. Signing off for now.